everyone, and welcome to this historical circuit Silverstone for round 2 of the 2018.2 South African simGP series. And I'm together with Werner Heenop. Welcome, Werner, to Silverstone. I'm in for a fantastic spectacle this evening.
Thanks, Jason. Yeah, always looking forward to Silverstone. This is going to be great.
Yeah, I think so. And after an exciting race at the Red Bull Ring for round 1, which saw Gabriel take victory ahead of Quay Claessens. Quay Claessens ran an alternative strategy, a two-stopper compared to Gabriel's one-stopper, and they came out pretty equal with sort of a quarter of the race to go, which has proved very exciting. But unfortunately this evening Gabriel is not racing this evening. But anyway, so we will have a new race winner this evening in this championship. And right now we're watching Jason Absmeyer for a secured RP Mad Cape, and he was quickest up until day 3 of the hot lap division qualifying, until his teammate Leslie Oliphant stole the show on day 4 and went fastest of all to finish HRQ quickest. And but the secured RP Mad Cape outfit looking very strong here at Silverstone.
Yeah, Jason Absmeyer coming around to finish his first flying lap now, and he posted 137.893. He's followed by Judd Watt, is going to cross the start-finish line. Oh, just 7 thousandths of a second separating Absmeyer and Judd Watt. Sorry, that's 14 thousandths of a second. Henbury in 3rd, Sparks in 4th. Quite a gap between Judd Watt and Henbury. We got Haynes, Marais, and Heineke also going to cross the start-finish line now. Haynes provisionally in 4th, Heineke going 3rd fastest, Marais in 7th at this stage. Really fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
He has provisional pole position, half a second faster than Absmeyer.
Indeed, and just to see the RP Madcap cars right up there straight away. As we now watch Daniel Haynes joining the championship for the first time this evening in the Auger Racing entry. Looking to have a good debut here at Silverstone. And a big welcome to our YouTube live viewers this evening. Oh, and Haynes makes an error there, runs wide, costs him a bit of time. 2/10 of a second. And through Maggots, Beckett's, and Chapel, of course, before hitting Hanger Straits. Oh, improving nicely. He's going to be up on his deltas, Daniel Haynes, and if he keeps this up. No, he's nowhere near Mark Embry in 5th position, unfortunately. His Haynes opens up the rear flap of the wing. Of course, running proper DRS rules in this championship. Couple of niggling issues we had in the DRS system at the Red Bull Ring, but thanks to Ryan Hill and his programming skills, he's made an app for us to properly document who did what using DRS, and a big thank you to him once again. But Oliphant still provisional pole position by quite a margin to Absmeyer. And let's have a look at Squadro Ghostworks' Bashir Judd Watt. He's on an outlap at the moment, I think, Werner. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, he's on the outlap. Lesher is improving. How does the DRS work during qualifying?
The drivers can use them in the DRS zones, yes. So they don't need to be behind within a second behind someone in for qualifying.
Okay. So you can't use them anywhere, only DRS zones?
Only DRS zones in qualifying, yes.
Okay.
So Lisha about square with his best starter so far. Let's see what he can produce. There's this magnificent complex of corners. Oh, he's lost it. And off around he goes. These cars are brutal to drive. No traction control, no ABS.
Judd Watt is looking good on this lap.
He's got a bit of traffic, unfortunately, Werner. Let's see how he deals with it.
That is Duggan ahead of him.
Oh, and Duggan goes off. I think he's got lag problems, there's Raymond Duggan.
Jadwat unfazed, almost 1/10 of a second ahead on his delta. It could potentially put him ahead of Absmeyer for second position. Quarter of a second. Now losing time, 1/10 of a second as he comes onto the start-finish line now. What is he going to pull out of the bag? I don't think it's going to be enough. He does improve, but doesn't beat Absmeyer to second.
Just 4/100ths of a second away from Absmeyer, Werner. That's very close indeed. Of course, this rivalry flaring up really between Jadwat and Absmeyer. We had a fantastic race at Brand Sash for the GD4 series. And Jadwat charging to the front past Absmeyer from third position to take the lead. And then Absmeyer just waited his strategy out to actually take victory, comfortable victory at the end. And so this is going to be a great rivalry to keep track of through the season. And a rivalry that's been going on for many years, as I've said before. And,
we got Heenop. He's at Cops Bend now, looking very good in his lap. Currently 3/10 of a second. He's potentially going to improve, and that could put him ahead of Jadwat if he can keep it together. Half a second up now.
Oh, running wide there. So you are allowed to do that. The drivers have been told that track limits will not be checked there, and Chris Heineke taking advantage of that. Trying to get the power. Always lost all his time there, Werner. Unfortunately, all his good work on the last corner. He's not going to improve. Wow.
It's bad luck. I think he actually had Jadwat until there, right before the end of the lap.
But there is time for Heineke to put in another lap. 5 minutes remaining, of course.
We got Matthew Boy is looking good in his lap as well.
So Matthew Boy in the Synergy Spartan entry. And looking at 2/10 up on his best delta. Can he keep this momentum to the end? Oh, I lost a 10th there. Cars carrying tremendous speed through Maggots and then exiting Chapel. 3/10 up there, Werner. Looking good so far for Matthew Boy.
Could beat Lesher for 8th. Lost about 1/10 of a second around Stowe. Coming into this final complex, turn 16, 17, 18, club corner. Onto the start-finish line, 3/10 of a second, Matthew Boy, and he is going to beat Lesher by 300ths of a second. See, we have Daniel Haynes, only driver, improving at this stage. Coming around to complete a lap. He does improve on his time, but he's only 15 thousandths of a second behind Lesher for 10th position. Haynes now in 11th. Lesher improving now. I see we got Absmeyer's on medium tires. Don't know why.
Okay, that's interesting. And
all the other
Olifant on the
drivers.
softs or super softs.
Super softs, all of them.
Very interesting. Lesha unfortunately lost his good time, yeah.
Heenop is looking good now. Lesha is not going to improve. Heenop 1.5 tenths, maybe 2 tenths that he can score on this lap.
Almost 4 tenths up there, Werner. Looking good for Heenop. Let's see if he can maintain this now. Not make that error he did during his last attempt.
Yeah, he must keep it together now. He is, what is that, 3 tenths of a second behind Heenop fourth, but I see Heenop is also on a very good lap. Sorry, Heenop is in fourth now. And I'm looking at Holden-Jones, but let's see, Heenop come around, stays in fourth position. We got Lesha improving by 3 tenths. Holden-Jones on a charge now, 6 tenths of a second. Lesha could potentially improve by a quarter second here. So you can see the DRS on the back wing wide open. Still looking good on his lap. Cuts that corner, as you said, that outside of the track limits.
They should be too late on the brakes. They sort of outbraked himself slightly and it's cost him dearly. Look at that. His delta disappearing. But he improves Werner to 9th.
Well done. And Heenop looking very good now. Heenop is still in fourth position. He can improve by 3 tenths of a second. Oh, as I say that, loses time.
But he's improving suddenly. Yeah.
He comes now to Stowe. Also using as much of the track as possible, pushing those track limits to the max. Coming to Vale and Club. Around the last turn onto the start-finish line. Here we go. He does beat Jadwat for 3rd position.
Wow, that was an incredible lap by him.
Got Henbury on a flyer as well. Oh, just as I say that, he lost time. Lambrecht. Yeah, Lambrecht is looking good. Lambrecht currently in 5th position. He's going to need a lot of time. He's going to need 7 tenths of a second to get up to 4th. So that's going to be a tall order from him. I don't know if he's going to get that. Lost a bit of time already.
As we see Gerber up into 13th. He displaces, I think it's Leandro Sparks in 14th. As we watch the time run out on this 50-minute qualifying session. And I think it is Leslie Oliphant's for the taking. And he's going to start from pole position.
Let's go to Matthew Boy. See, Matthew Boy is going to... He's looking at 6 tenths of a second. A flyer from him. He could potentially go 7th. There he goes. Sub 1 minute 39.
Murray now finishes in 15th position. Yes. Lamprecht up into 5th at the death. And while we wait for the race session to get underway, we're going to take a short break. We'll be straight back after these messages. Don't go away. big welcome back to Silverstone as we are 30 seconds away from the start of the formation lap, and which we'll see Leslie Oliphant start from pole position to lead the field around for a pace lap, and then we'll get the race underway from the final corner and start racing from lap 2.
I think everybody can agree, a standing ovation for Bongi Mabida's intro video. Really great job he did there. Back to pits. Okay, so we're off for the formation lap, and your rundown of your positions. Secured RPM Madcap is locked out the front row with Leslie Oliphant 1 minute 37.353, Jason Absmeyer 37.5, Chris Heenop and the Phantom Ghostworks team 37.7, Bashir Jadwat Squadra Ghostworks in 4th position with a 37.8, Rebel Ghostworks Rian Lambrecht in 5th position with a 38.4, in 6th position is Gerrit Crawford with a 38.4, only 2/200ths of a second behind Lambrecht. 7th position is Matthew Boy for Synergy Spartan Racing, 38.7. Mark Henpry for Phantom Ghostworks in 8th position, 1 minute 38.8. Quade Claessens in 9th, 38.9. Devin Lisher, 39.3 seconds for Shake and Bake Racing. Redline Racing of Peter Geldnys in 11th position with a 39.4. Daniel Haynes, 300ths of a second behind Geldnys, he's in 12th position. Gerber Racing's Reinhard Gerber is starting in 13th position with 139.6. Stephen Sparks in 14th with a 39.8. Rudy Mareu with 1 minute 40 dead, he's starting in 15th. 16th position Leandre Sparks with a 48.5. Victor de Kock in 17th. Damien Halkett in 18th. Ziem Edwards in 19th, 20th is Louis Jacobs and Raymond Duggan starting in 21st.
Fantastic, as we now watch Leslie Oliphant just backing up the field now for the start of this race. And he'll be looking to time his start just perfectly to get the jump on teammate Jason Absmeyer. But don't discount those Ghostworks drivers of Chris Heenop, Bashir Jadwat and Lamprecht. Always dangerous, and Crawford as well, right there in the Kidsap RP Sim Racing team out car. And Matthew Boy looking particularly strong here this evening as well. And Oliphant now just pacing things to how he wants it to be. And he's about to start this race. Off we go. Round 2 of the South African simGP series is underway. And Oliphant looks to have a dream start here as he pulls the gap to teammate Absmeyer. And through turn 1 we go now. And Heenop under pressure now from Jadwat. It's a move here from Lamprecht. And the fact that it was Jadwat on Heenop. So Jadwat wants to get on with this and go after those secured RP Madcap cars of Oliphant and Absmeyer.
We had 2 incidents at the back of the field. We had the Cock spinning out, Matthew Boy also spinning out, and Quade Claessens also losing 11th position. So actually three drivers losing out big time on the start of this race.
And as we saw, a mistake there from Bashir Jadwat. Now under pressure from Lamprecht. Lamprecht had to take avoiding action there. Here comes Crawford. He wants a piece of this action as well. So kicking off here at Silverstone. It's fast and frantic. Let's go on board with Gerrit Crawford. Another mistake there from Lamprecht this time. And Crawford's got a run on Lamprecht. And Crawford's made the move stick. Nicely done there. So Crawford up to 5th position. He'll now go after Bashir Jadwat in 4th position. At the front it is Leslie Oliphant, looking a bit lonely already, 1.6 seconds ahead of Absmeyer.
Wow. So, only half the lap done is already 1.5 seconds ahead.
Yeah, means business. Perhaps on a more aggressive strategy, coming in a bit earlier than others. Lighter fuel load perhaps, to see how that plays out as we go. And Absmeyer now falling back into the clutches of Chris Heenop. we've got a boy falling back. Is he? No, boy's falling right back to 16th position. As Nazim Edwards puts a move on Daniel Haynes. That Auger Racing entry. Daniel Haynes drops back to 18th position. And now pressure from Quake Claessens down in 19th position. So another great start to the straight for Claessens and Synergy Spartan. They'll be looking to come back throughout the race. Of course, Claessens fighting for the victory during round 1 in the Red Bull Ring. But nowhere near the front at this stage. As we see, Lisha now has put a move on Hembury. What's happened to Mark Hembury? No, he's battling away with Lisha. Coming back at Lisha now around the outside. Lisha's got the inside line. So great fighting this is. Let's go.
Oh, who spun out there? I think it was Heineke.
Heineke, yes, he's fallen back, Vanny. Quite right, down to 11th position. Here's the Phantom Ghostworks car. So he's got a lot of work to do now to make up for that.
Leandro Sparks doing well. He started 16th, he's up to 9th. Jacob started in 20th, he's up to 13th. And Raymond Duggan up to 14th from 21st. We got Halkett in the pits.
Halkett in the pits, yes he is. So perhaps line issues there for Damien Halkett. An unscheduled stop for him on lap 3 already. Now the DRS system can now be used now. So those cars within a second of each other now. The car trailing can open up that rear flap and use the superior straight line performance. Now we've got Bashir Jadwat, who's 0.4 of a second within of Jadwat. Absmeyer, I beg your pardon. So expect that DRS being used now. Absmeyer will be feeling vulnerable now. Here comes Jadwat's open up that rear wing. Look at that. Can Jadwat use that now? No, he's not quite close enough, is he? Got Nazim Edwards putting a move on Stephen Sparks for 16th position. Haynes up on Claessens to 18th. Claessens in the pits now as well, unfortunately. It's on board with Bashir Jadwat. Making use of that track limits exception there. Running wide. Into Chapel Corner now. Then on to Hanger Straight. Jadwat again within DRS range. Here comes Jadwat. What do you make him move? Absmeyer sees him coming. Goes defensive. Good placement there by Absmeyer. And Jadwat's going to have to try again.
While these two are battling it out for second place, Willifant is pulling away out in front. After 3 race laps, he's already 4 seconds ahead.
Look back now from Absmeyer at Jadwat. And there's what Helmnes now has put a no. I think Hembury's made a mistake, has fallen back. So it's all going pear-shaped here for Phantom Ghostworks, unfortunately. Heineke falling back, and so is Hembury.
I think Marais has waited for him.
Jadwat again with the rear flap wide open. Here he comes. Not quite close enough though. Jadwat trying to pressurize Absmeyer into an error. Kerry Crawford not far behind at all there in 4th position, just 2 seconds behind Jadwat. Oh, double downshift there by Absmeyer. I'm not sure if he meant to do that, but it's worked out for him. He's pulled a slight gap to Jadwat. This is where Jadwat will close once again. Yeah, Werner.
Heineke's got a problem. He's losing time. He's back up to speed now, but he dropped a lot of positions down to 14th.
Absmeyer goes defensive but aggressive, locks up the front right. And Jadwat's just a bit closer now. Oh, mistake there from Osmar. He's run wide. Big slide. Just Jadwat can have a go. He's got the inside line. Yes, he will. So Jadwat up into second. Osmar again running wide. Oh, there's tyres giving up.
And here comes Crawford.
Crawford's going to go past as well. And Jadwat can't. Just want to join. What's happened to Absma? Is he going to retire from this race? Something's happened to Absma. Technical issues or something. And Absma has retired from the race.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So that's a big blow for this race, unfortunately, Vice Werner, but that's how it goes sometimes. I'm not sure what happened to Absma. Perhaps a technical issue with line problems.
Yeah, I don't think there was any contact. There must be some technical issue on his side.
So we've got, obviously everybody moves up a position except for Oliphant. And wow, Leslie Oliphant disappearing at the front, 5.5 seconds ahead of Jadwat. Of course, that battle between Jadwat and Absma really helped him a lot. And battling between themselves allowed him to get away. But Oliphant, of course, got raw pace in that secured RP-made Cape car as well. Let's go look at Werner Gerber now. He's chasing down Leandre Sparks. And these two having a good run. Sparks up in the 6th position after starting well down.
Yeah, he started in 16th. Big winner on these first couple of laps. Jadwat in the pits.
Jadwat is in the pits, that's interesting.
I wonder if he's serving a stop-go or a drive-through penalty. Let's see.
It certainly looks that way.
Yeah, I think that's... I saw illegal DRS usage.
So that's...
I've seen actually a couple of them in the chat. Jadwat exits in 7th.
Okay, so Jadwat penalised there for an infringement using DRS. So perhaps a lapse of concentration there. And unfortunately he's paid the price, down to 7th position behind Leandre Sparks. Now he's being passed by Werner Gerber. What a battle this is turning out to be. Oh, contact! That's damage to Sparks' wing there, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, Gerber up into 5th position, looking strong.
Gerber on the soft tires, as is Geldenhuys and Lesher. All the other drivers in the top 10 on mediums.
And Leandre Sparks is going to be using his DRS to quite an effect on Werner Gerber. It's an RPM sim racing team reporting in the live chat there that unfortunately technical issues for Jason, and that's terrible news as the team put a lot of preparation for this race particularly. Anyway, still got their man Leslie Oliphant leading the way by almost 10 seconds ahead of Crawford. And Ben, I'm quite surprised to see this man, Peter Geldenhuys, in 4th position. Where did he come from?
Yeah, he's doing a great job. Started in 11th, and he's actually got the 4th fastest lap of the race so far. So he's really on a move.
Wow.
He is on soft tires though, so we'll see how the pit stop strategies play out.
As we know, it's Rian Lamprecht now. It's with DRS within DRS range of Gerrit Crawford. So it's the Kids App RP Sim Racing car against that attack Shack backed Red Bull Ghostworks entry of Rian Lamprecht. A battle for second. Lamprecht showing great pace here. Wonder if he can go after Leslie Oliphant, if he can just get past Crawford. And Sparks has got Gerber. Here comes Judd Watt, recovering of course after that penalty served. Got the inside line on Sparks, on Gerber, I beg your pardon. Oh, big slide there from Judd Watt, you never spin! Oh, Werner, these cars are so brutal. Too much pedal and around he goes.
Contact. There was slight contact there.
Recovered to watch Lamprecht now. He's still with Crawford after that bit of drama. Let's hope that Judd Watt's car is not too badly damaged and he can recover to take the fight to the front. But Lamprecht now zeroing on that rear diffuser of Crawford once again. Of course, Lamprecht now is Ghostworks' hope at the moment. Highest placed man of third position for their team.
It's still looking good for Judd Watt. In the first round, Gabriel Rousseau won the race. He's not racing today. Claessens was in second. Currently, Claessens is running in 19th. So Judd Watt with the third place in the first round and an 8th place here is potentially leading the championship as it stands now.
But of course, don't forget we also dropped the worst round so far. So whoever actually wins this race now will tie with Rousseau at the top for the moment.
Yes.
So,
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Still 44 laps to go, so it'll be
absolutely
interesting to see what Judd Watt can do this recovery drive here.
Absolutely. We still got the rest of this race and 3 races after this in this championship.
Heenop losing a lot of time.
Oh, big damage.
Lost 24 seconds already on this lap. Lesher in the pits.
I wonder if they came together then. I think Heenop was also somewhere around there as well. Judd Watt's got Gerber for 7th position. Judging by how quickly the gap opened up, only if Gerber made a mistake. And Judd Watt's just taking the opportunity to sweep by.
Heenop is staying out, so I don't think he's got too much damage. But he did lose 28 seconds on that lap.
Go back with Rian Lamprecht now. It's got the DRS use on and he's chasing down Crawford again. Not close enough this time. Of course, Rian Lamprecht, a race winner during the 2018.1 season. First season of the year. And Gerber's got Sparks. Again. Sparks is falling way back. Damaged that car as well. So I think a couple of errors creeping in the Werner and people falling back.
Yeah, he lost 11 seconds on this lap. Gerber losing 7 seconds as well. Lesher losing 12. The Cock 15. So yeah, it's really difficult to keep these cars on the black stuff. Except for Oliphant out in front. Already 14 seconds ahead after 10 race laps.
Slight mistake here by Crawford Werner and Lamprecht smells blood. He had a sneaky look up the inside. But, Crawford survives for the moment.
Coming down the old pit straight into Kopp's corner. Really fast right-hander, and now coming to the Beckett's complex. On board now with Lamprecht. Great section of track this, and he is going to get the second DRS zone here in front. And let's see if he can close up on Crawford on this back straight. visually see him closing in on Crawford. Not close enough as he comes to Stowe.
I must say, Crawford's absolutely wicked through Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. Just opening up their gap to Lamprecht, left him behind. So let's see if Lamprecht can close the gap again. With a request from Jonathan Port to have a look at Raymond Duggan in 11th position. Hasn't made a mistake yet, apparently. Currently in 11th position, looking strong there for Black Widow. And 4 seconds behind Jacobs.
He started at the back of the field in 21st and he's up to 11th.
Wow.
He's also on soft tyres.
And also a new driver to Sim Race South Africa this season. So this AM class driver for drivers taking part in their first competitive season at Sim Race South Africa. And Raymond Duggan is getting on with it. Wow. 11th position at the moment in Division 1 in the simGP series. And really improving well. So his rate of development is off the charts. So watch Quake Claassens. Always made a mistake, unfortunately. Off he goes. And, who else is involved there?
Sparks and Edwards losing time.
Yeah. So those three cars coming together, I think. And then we've got the Haynes-Lisher battle for 13th position. Now Lisher's already done a pit stop, so it's an interesting strategy by him.
We've had Jadwat in the pits for that drive-through, Lisher in the pits as well, and Klaassen has also made a stop. It looks from the pit into pit out times that Lisher also had a drive-through, so maybe for a DRS infringement.
And suddenly Lisher's just drop right back off Haynes. A mistake there for Demolition, unfortunately.
Sparks again losing time. Losing 8 seconds on this lap.
I think we just saw Werner. I think we saw Edwards just moving aside there for Klaassen. So perhaps feeling that he caused that incident between the three cars. Klaassen's covers to 16. Yeah. Suddenly, Raymond Duggan's moved up 2 positions. Boy and Jacobs have fallen right back. Okay, Duggan's back to 10th now. Perhaps just a timing board issue. Looks like it is. So
yeah.
Duggan getting a bit too excited. As we go back to the Haynes-Lisher battle. Haynes driving for Algo Racing. And, great to see their sponsor on board. And Algo Talk is the international company, one of the world's largest suppliers of drilling equipment, in fact. And they've got their offices in Cape Town. And great to see their company being showcased here at Sim Race South Africa. And Daniel Haynes and his brother Timothy Haynes. Timothy Haynes drives in the GT series, but not in the GP series this season.
While we're watching this, I see on the timing boards, Crawford is really on the move now. Put in the second fastest of the lap, fastest lap of the race. Lisher with Haynes in front of him.
They show the run on Haynes now. Haynes covers him off well. Both cars running a bit deep. And Haynes mostly back on the power, but Lisher's done a bit better. Runs a bit wide. It's a bit naughty, but okay. To turn only Haynes goes defensive. Oh, it's put off Lisher somewhat. Lisha with great drive now to that corner. I'm sure he's going to have a run on Haynes now. Under the bridge we go. Haynes sees him coming, goes defensive. Oh, the switch, bait and switch from Lisha. Sends it up the inside. Oh, he's outbraked himself. Haynes has come back at him. Wow, great racing between these two. So, Lisha again, good drive. He's got the run on Haynes. Chooses the outside line. Down the old pit straight. And it's got the inside line. Lisha's going to come back in. Has to get out of the throttle, unfortunately. Towards Maggots we go now.
Great racing this, and they're coming to the DRS zone now.
Lisha again.
Slight lockup. While we're watching this, Henbury is past Jadwat. Jadwat's last lap of 148.3, so he lost a couple of seconds.
Lock up there from Haynes. Lisha now must suspect the opportunity now.
Lisha on softs and Haynes on mediums.
Wow, so this is really not doing Lisha's strategy any favors.
No, but it's an epic battle.
It's great for us, Werner. I'm not complaining. Oh, Haynes runs wide.
Non-stop fighting.
Lisha gets on the throttle again. He can actually run wide, they can, Devin Lisha. But he ups out of it. Going much more speed than Haynes. Looks up the inside.
Wow. Jacobs has had a big spin. Lost 11 seconds.
Heineke's got Lisha as we just moved away there for a second.
He lost a lot of time.
And to watch Heineke with the spin now. So nobody wants 14th position, it seems.
Yeah, Lisha losing 8 seconds, Heineke losing 6.
Got DeAndre Sparks now back with Reiner Gerber. Towards Maggots we go, and he sweeps around the outside. Wow, what a move in the distance there. Gerber will be eyeing an opportunity to get back past him. Down hanger straight now. He's far too far away. So Leandro Sparks immense at 7th position.
Olifant already lapping drivers.
Cab into the pits. I wonder if this is in fact a pit stop or perhaps a penalty. That is, oh, he's stopping.
He's stopping it up.
Merez got Duggan for 10th position.
Jadwat has made a mistake somewhere. Losing 6 seconds. Gerber's coming out of the pits now. He's going to exit in 10th, 11th. Pit in to pit out, 41 seconds for him.
A question for you, Werner, from the live chat. Where did Daniel Haynes qualify?
Haynes started in 12th.
12th.
He's running 13th.
So the field's spreading out somewhat at the moment. Let's have a look at our race leader. Leslie Oliphant deserving some airtime for secured RP Madcap, leading the way by almost 20 seconds ahead of Kerry Crawford in the Kids App RPM car. And Jason Osbert is reporting in the chat he's had hardware issues. It configures buttons while I drive. So my shifting will change to off and then on again. It activated my DRS as well by mistake. So it's terrible for Absma and the team.
1/3 race distance now. Oliphant on a flyer. He's improving by 1/10 of a second on his delta. And he is staying out. He's on the medium tires. So if anybody's on a 2-stop strategy, we can expect them to stop around about now. Oliphant is staying out and he's going to post the fastest lap of the race here. 140.587. He's fastest in all 3 sectors.
So complete domination here from Leslie Oliphant, you can say. And probably going to do 1 stop as well. Now got run out cab right with Rudy Murray challenging him for 9th position. And Lovebrecht falling away from Crawford there, 3 seconds behind him. Oh, look here by Cabba, lock up. Oh, cheeky, look up the inside. It's off put Murray, it's worked. You get to drive now, it's Cabba. So great bit of mind games there for another Cabba. Up at your 9th position, must be said. And he's using DRS as well, because he was 1 second behind Murray at the detection zone. So nothing wrong with that.
Oh, Oliphant off the track.
Oliphant off the track!
Yeah. Holden-Jones as well.
Where's he rejoined now?
Holden-Jones is going into the pits.
Who's behind Oliphant on track? I don't understand.
Crawford's behind him, but he lost just 6 seconds.
So obviously another car.
Holden-Jones.
Oliphant's lap now. Yeah.
Holden-Jones is going into the pits, but he lost a lot of time on that last lap. Yeah, he's in the pits. Oliphant's still fine. He was 20 seconds ahead. He's 14 seconds ahead now.
But perhaps that will all put a shake in his confidence. I'm not sure if there was a problem with traffic or not, or an error. We didn't see that.
Boy in the pits as well. Holden-Jones is going to exit in 7th position. Holden-Jones entered in 4th, he's out in 7th.
Here comes Daniel Haynes for Algo Race, Talk Racing as well.
Boy, he entered it from 8th, he's going to exit in 12th.
Short stop there for Haynes. De Kock and Edwards. Oh, and off goes the car. It's going to hit the wall. Oh, big damage there for the RPM sim racing car there of De Kock. And is he going to continue? No, he's escaped to pits, so he's gone down a lap as well for doing that. Will he leave the server? That's big damage though there.
Heavy contact, yeah. He was just past the pit, so it makes sense for him to teleport back and fix it immediately.
Okay. But you will use a lot of time for that. I think the server actually adds a lap on for doing that.
Oh.
Oh, De Kock's in fact left the server. So second retirement this evening.
Haynes is out in 16th. He entered the pits from 13th. Field quite spread out except for this Lisha and Boy battle for 12th.
Yeah, here comes Lisha and Boy. Boy goes defensive and Lisha's going to sweep around the outside. Wow, what a move.
Yeah.
That's just pure confidence, that is.
And we got Duggan coming into the pits. He's entering from 10th.
Can Matthew Boy come back at Lisha now?
Claessens is entering the pits as well.
Boys got DRS.
Exit 14th. This is Claessen's second stop. I think the first one was a drive-through.
Oliphant again extending his margin back to Crawford after that slight mishap he had, and opening up the gap up to 16 seconds again.
Are in the pits from 9th, Jacobs from 10th. Is going to exit in 12th position. Jacobs is coming out of the pits now. Jacobs entered in 10th. He's going to exit in 14th.
Mistake there by Matthew Boy running wide. And that's cost him a good 2 seconds, unfortunately. He's got Heineke a further 6 seconds behind him. But unfortunately for us, nobody is challenging Leslie Oliphant this evening.
Yeah, he's looking really solid. Jadwat is back up to 5th. Jadwat was all the way down to 8th by lap 9, so he's fighting back. Our top 4 runners still have to stop. Jadwat has made his drive-through penalty. Leandre Sparks still has to stop. And Heineke, Steven Sparks, and Nazim Edwards have to make their stops.
And I think Oliphant's just in perfect rhythm with his car and just in driving Nirvana at the moment. And at this stage of the race, you sort of become one with the car, as it were. It's very hard to describe. But I think Oliphant's just absolutely nailing every braking point, every turn in, the way he gets back on the throttle. And unfortunately, nobody's able to challenge him this evening. And a pleasure to watch. We're going to spin here. It's Lisha. Lisha's around. He's going to make it exact.
This is his second stop.
Looks like he's sustained a bit of damage there as well.
Interesting to note, Leslie Oliphant, the fastest lap of the race, at 1 minute 40.587. He's fastest in both Sector 1 and Sector 3. And Peter Geldnys, he's the fastest driver through Sector 2.
Interesting.
Lesha out the pits in 13th, make that 14th. We can expect the drivers on one-stop strategies to start pitting soon, almost halfway race distance. As we look at Jacobs now, Jacobs battling Lesha for 13th. Lesha sweeping by on the outside. Slight lock-up from Jacobs as well.
Lesha's making a habit of that, isn't he? Swooping around the outside.
Just darting past. Well done.
Absolutely. Oh, big moment there for Lesha. How did he hang on to that? He's got the reactions of a cat. Incredible stuff. And he didn't lose the position either. Jacobs is still behind him. Watch Peter Geldnys now, and somewhat of a march to the front with Peter Geldnys, and in DRS now behind Leandre Sparks, no, Steven Sparks. No, there's in fact somebody else that he's putting a lap on, I beg your pardon. Peter Geldnys behind us, Leandre Sparks by 7.7 seconds.
Geldnys looking good in 7th. He finished 19th in round 1. Good improvement for him. I see Jadwat is closing in on Henbury. At half a second a lap, he's 2.5 seconds behind now, so he's going to be all over the rear wing of Henbury's car pretty soon. And now we're coming up to the pit stop. The pit stop section of the race. We've got Rian Lambrecht, he's in the pits now from 3rd position. He's 20 seconds ahead of Henbury in 4th.
And as Lamprecht comes in, we see a great move there from Claessens on Jacobs for 14th position through Stowe. And Lamprecht now is in the pits. Let's grab him. And there he is over there behind the wall.
Henbury is coming past. We got Jadwat past. Sparks is far behind. So Lamprecht is going to, he entered in 3rd, he's going to exit in 5th.
With someone off in the background there. I think that's really Murray. No, it's not really Murray. Who would that be? Somebody's slow there in sector 1.
I think it's Gerber. Gerber lost 9 seconds.
It was the yellow car. And
Halkett.
Halkett's a good couple of laps down, I think. Just keeping out of action for now. Trying to get to the end. See Haynes now with the move on Jacobs for 15th around the outside. Nicely done. He did Alicia.
Looks like a popular move.
So here comes Oliphant now. Our race. Yeah, of course, yeah. And Oliphant now from the lead. He does his mandatory pit stop.
Okay, we got Crawford is at Stowe now. Crawford is 19 seconds behind, so we can expect Crawford to pass Oliphant now for the lead. And Henbury in 3rd position. He's only coming down the hanger straight, so Oliphant could expect to be exit in 2nd position. Crawford goes into the lead now. First lead change of the race.
Henbury also in.
Oliphant is out in 2nd. Henbury entered from 3rd. There we see Jadwat going past. Lambrecht and Sparks passes him as well.
And the question is, when is Kerry Crawford going to do his pit stop?
Yeah, Crawford, Leandre Sparks, Chris Heineke, Stephen Sparks and Edwards all still have to stop. And I assume Jadwat as well, since his stop was a drive-through penalty. Heineke in the pits now.
I would expect Crawford to come in now. Yes, he is. I can see that time dropping between himself and Oliphant. And he's decided to come in. Doesn't want to get under pressure from Lamprecht there in 4th position. Lamprecht's done his pit stop, of course. So this is going to be pretty close, I think, between Crawford and Lamprecht.
Oliphant passed him right before the start-finish line. So Crawford didn't lead a lap of this race.
Oh, that's a bit savage, huh?
Just 99% of a lap. And what the pits?
Here comes Lamprecht. Now he's going to take that 3rd away from Crawford, or 2nd. Let's see now. I think he's going to. Where is Crawford? Oh, he's exited. Okay, so he's ahead. So Lamprecht's not far behind though. And Rian Lamprecht rejoins 6 seconds behind Kerry Crawford. That's the battle for 2nd position. Jadwat's in the pits.
He's coming out now and he's going to exit in 4th. Just ahead of Geldnys.
Has Geldnys done a pit stop? Do we know?
Holden-Jones, yes, yes.
Wow, so Peter Holden-Jones is really on it this evening.
It's just Steven Sparks and Edwards that still have to stop.
So this is for position between Holden-Jones and Judd. Whoa, mistake there for Holden-Jones. I think I did it again, Werner. The commentator's curse. So
Yeah.
Holden-Jones drops down behind Judd Watts. Well, he was behind him. But the gap opening up quite a bit. Boy, now in by will rejoin in 9th position.
This is his second stop.
Oh, cold tires. It's back on the power now. Not too bad. Steven Sparks has got Nazim Edwards for 17th position. Yeah, and after that pit stop phase, Oliphant's extended that gap to almost 24 seconds now. So
Yeah, it was 19 seconds ahead, so that worked out pretty well for him. And Oliphant has lapped everybody up to Matthew Boy. So only the top 8 drivers on the same lap. Henbury slow. Henbury is passed now by Holden-Jones. Oh no, it was Hellcat unlapping himself. Sparks, Steven Sparks in the pits from 17th.
But of course, as we know from previous races, absolutely anything can happen in the next 24 laps. It's not over yet. And let's see what happens now. But definitely that lead up to 27 seconds now. Absolutely incredible performance here from Leslie Oliphant.
After our pit stops, our top 4 runners are still on mediums. Peter Holden-Jones on soft. Gerber, Boy and Duggan also on softs. Rest all on mediums.
Okay, great. These two back together now. Lesha and Claessens. Oh, Lesha forces Claessens wide. What a move. Ballsy move. Claessens trying to come back at him though. Oh, up the inside goes Quay Claessens, but Lesha's wise to it. On board with Quay Claessens. What about the drive out of this corner now? Claessens is going to have it. And he will get DRS now, of course. Oh, short shift there from Claessens. That's interesting.
He has the DRS. Early on the brakes though.
These two have got Rudy Maria right behind them.
As we look at them, Edwards in the pits, so everybody has made their stops.
Oh, dirty air there for Claessens. Forces him wide. Through maggots now we go. Pushing for Glasses, Licious left him behind. Down the hanger straight. Licious now's got 18 seconds to make up on 11th placed man Heineke. Haynes and Murray together again. This battle rages on. Oh, spin here from Haynes. Oh, he's done well to hang on to it. Wow. Marais will have DRS now. Oh, and Marais breaks himself slightly, runs wide. And Haynes are able to open up that gap to over a second now. And out of DRS range there for Marais.
I see Judd just put in his personal best lap of the race of 40.9. However, he is 17 seconds behind Lambrecht with just over 20 laps to go in this race. He is lapping 0.8 of a second faster than Lambrecht. So it's going to be close at the end.
Definitely want to take notes of. Class is now starting to come back at Lisha. Oh, big wobble there for Lisha. Claessen's now trying to work an angle. Oh, gets the inside line.
This is going to be brave.
Going for it, he's done it. Lisha trying to come back at him now. No. Claessen's will go defensive now. Yes, he does. Lisha tries to go on the outside. Oh, a spin there for Claessen's. Just asking a bit too much of those rear tyres. Around he goes. Haynes now takes advantage as well. So that's not going well for Quake Claessen's. He's in two positions in two corners.
Marais only a second behind Claessen's. Further down the field, Sparks is making a move on Edwards. He's closing in. He's less than half a second behind Edwards in the battle for 17th. Duggan with a big spin, losing positions to Heenop. Gerber in the pits. For his second stop. He was catching up to Henbury before he made his pit stop, so I wonder if he's repairing damage.
Oh, big spin there. It's one of the Sparkses.
Steven
Sparks, unfortunately. Terrible race for him this evening.
And it looks like, as we say, that Leandro Sparks had an off as well. Both Sparks is going off on the same lap. And Leandro off again.
Perhaps those tyres going off. Claessen's now with another attempt on Haynes. Oh, who's coming past there?
Judd Watt.
Oh, Haynes gone off. Haynes gone off. This way, Daniel.
Pointing in the wrong direction. Really tricky cars, these.
Yeah, they're
a lot of focus.
They're absolutely brutal. Yeah, you got 600 horsepower under your right foot. No ABS, no traction control.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of aero, but not as much as sort of a Formula 1 car.
Really a test of concentration. As I say, that Henbury was off as well. Losing 7 seconds. Field spread out now. And Olifant has lapped everybody up to Gerber.
Wow.
Really dominant performance.
So clearly, Leslie Oliphant and the Secured RP Mad Cape team have figured out the strategy and nailed it. A one-stopper on the medium tyre, and they've found a way to make the medium tyre perform. Whatever that might be, perhaps tyre pressures, perhaps the way they've set up the suspension. Perhaps rake as well involved, but they've certainly found the sweet spot for this car, and their rivals, in particular Ghostworks, will be looking at them thinking, what have they done with that car, and what can they try and do something about Secured RP Mad Cape during round 3. Oh, a bit of wobble there for Olifant. Holden is now into the pits, Werner, from 5th position.
His second stop as well. Okay, I'm checking the pace of the drivers. Like I said earlier, Bashir Jadwat's 14 seconds behind Lambrecht. The field is quite spread out, but I think we're going to see some action near the end of the race there, because he's closing in at 1 second a lap with 18 laps remaining. So near the end of the race, Jadwat is going to be a threat for Lambrecht for the final podium position. And then I see Heenop is closing in on Boy at 9/10 of a second per lap, and Claessens is closing in on Lesher, also 9/10 of a second. Unfortunately, those gaps are pretty big at this stage. I don't think anybody is DRS.
We've got a battle here between Murray and Haynes. Really very close now. Into Nuggets we go. Haynes should comfortably pass him now down the straight. No, not quite able to make the move, is he? Up the inside goes Daniel Haynes. Runs Murray wide. Murray's still in it. And Murray's got the better line to the next corner, but Haynes are on the outside. Late braking here. Wow, and he's got that move done. Great racing there, Werner, again by these two. Wow.
Good stuff.
So Moreno looking to come back again.
Leandro Sparks losing 27 seconds again on this lap. He's struggling to keep it on the black stuff. As we look at Murray again. On board now. Coming around turn 4, the left-hander Arena, then to turn 5, coming to the first DRS section here. He is within a second of Haynes in front, so he can use his DRS up to 280 kilometers an hour to Brooklands. The left-hander turn 6, taken in 3rd gear, 120 kilometers an hour to a sweeping right-hander Luffield. Now coming to Woodcote, flat out here onto Old Pit Straight, then coming up to Cops, very fast right-hander out here in front, taking a 6 gear, 240 kilometers an hour. Now coming to my favorite part of the track, the Maggots Beckett's complex, left, right, and another left, and tightening right-hander at the end. Out of Beckett's to Chapel turn 14. Another DRS zone. I think it's too far this time round. More than a second, so he can't use his DRS. To right-hander Stowe, turn 15. You will want to use as much of the exit gear as possible. Coming to the short straight to Vale, the left-hander, turn 16, 90 kilometers an hour in second gear, and then two right-handers, turn 17, 18, club turn onto the start-finish straight. And he gained a bit of time on Haynes, 1.3 seconds behind now. As I say, that Klaasen has passed Lisha. Lisha actually lost 5 seconds on this lap. Lisha in 13th, Klaasen now in 12th, and Klaasen is 4 seconds behind Duggan, and he is closing in on him at 7/10 of a second per lap, so you can possibly pass Duggan for 11th if he can keep this up. Got somebody off there. Background.
It's Hawkins again, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure, maybe it's just letting guys past.
Yeah, I think that's what Hawkins doing. It's just trying to get to the end and stay out of people's way. He's 6 laps down the leader. Well, actually on the driver ahead of him, Steven Sparks.
Looking at Heineken now with Boy in front. Heineken's last lap 2 seconds faster than Boy. Heineken is within DRS range now. If you can keep it together to that second DRS zone, and perhaps make his move going into Stowe turn. .8 seconds behind. Some lag there. Do you also see that?
Lag from Boy, yeah.
Now coming to the DRS zone, 7/10 of a second behind. Back wing open. Just not quick enough.
This car looking incredibly stable for the moment. Able to get on the power nice and early. The boys fighting the car, and you can see the difference already. Oh boy, much quicker through there, wow.
Boy on softs and Heineken on mediums. Again, bit of lag.
Yeah.
Heineken now on the DRS zone. Duggan was in the pits. Don't know why.
Heineken should have a run on, boy. DRS wide open. Quite able to get there though. Boy already perhaps running a lower aero when compared to Heineken. Oh, up the inside goes Heineken. Boy goes defensive, hugging that inside line. Whoa, Heineken on the outside. Up brakes not slightly big lock up, but he's made it work. Where's Boy? He's behind him. We can look in his mirror there. And nice move there by Chris Heineken. He'll now move away from Boy. Oh, Willie. Oh boy, big lockup. Oh, 4 tires all locked up there. Gets it stopped somehow and avoids Heineken in the process.
Boys in the pits. I see Jadwat's last lap, 1:45.1, so he lost 3 seconds to Lambrecht, so maybe Lambrecht is going to be safe at the end. While Leslie Willifant, still the fastest driver on track, his last lap of 41.5. 30-second lead. Boy in the pits.
Yeah, we've got an interesting battle here developing between Duggan and Leandro Sparks. Leandro's fallen right back. There's a couple of errors there, I think, and Duggan will be trying his luck shortly. Try and nab that 10th position away from him. Possibly will it be 9th because Boy's in the pits.
Boy is coming out of the pits, and again he's on soft, so I think that was a planned stop, his second stop of the race. Actually, his third. I think the one was a drive-through.
Boys come out in between this battle. So it's 3-way fight here for 9th position. A little bit of lag there again from Matthew Boy. Boy now with a run on Sparks. Oh, mistake there from Leander. Around he goes. So that has not worked out well. I think he just put a toe on the AstroTurf. And around he went.
Duggan doing a fantastic job. As we said earlier, he started in 21st, he's in 10th, but he is under pressure now from Claessens, only 14ths behind.
So Raymond Duggan in the synergy spot, and is the meat in the sandwich for the moment. Oh, moment there for Claessens. Keeps it on the black stuff.
Slight lockup for Duggan. Duggan under a lot of pressure from Claessens. Claessens getting good drive out of Cops. And I think it's through, on the outside. Duggan's still hanging in there, but Claessens, he's got him into the final section of the Maggots-Beckett's complex.
Oh, and a spin there for Duggan. I think it just putting too much unfamiliar pace on the track, and around he goes. But Duggan, fantastic run until then. You know, under pressure now from Lisha. Lisha will take 11th as well to rub salt in the wound.
Duggan into the pits. He's on softs. Probably his final stop now. Probably a planned stop for him.
And we just got 10 laps remaining in this race. And unfortunately for us, this field spread out. Quick stop there for Duggan. Let's see where he rejoins now.
Duggan and Boy both making 3 stops or entering the pits 3 times. Jadwat, Geldnys, Gerber, Claessens, Lischer, and Haynes and Halkett all making 2 stops.
So Duggan's rejoined just in front of Haynes, so we've got a battle for 13th at least. I think Duggan's quite a bit quicker than Haynes. Let's see what happens.
Sparks in the pits.
Oh, and Haynes is putting me on Duggan. I think Duggan's made an error to change for 13th. Duggan will try and come back at him now. Jason Osma reporting in the YouTube live chat. Victor just let me know that it wasn't a rage quit from his side. His pedals decided to slip off his rig, hence the crash. Well, that'll do it. Technical issues here hitting the RPM Sim Racing team outfits. Oh, where is Raymond Duggan going? Duggan's starting to fall away from Haynes.
Just Haynes putting in a fly is improving 7/10 on his delta.
Wow.
I don't know where that came from. Haynes on softs as well. Haynes and Duggan both on softs.
Okay.
Yeah, and Haynes still off a second, improving on his delta. So just a flyer of a lap from him.
He's finally clicking with the car.
His best lap was at 42.9 and now it's at 42.462. Oh!
Oh, big moment.
Oh!
Werner, you said too much.
Sorry, Daniel. Oh!
Oh, brutal.
Oh.
Oh.
No.
Avoid.
So that 16 means nothing now. He lost 11 seconds. Oh, sorry, man.
So, yeah. So, Haynes avoids Gerber in the sort of process of rejoining the circuit, doing very well. And I can't get over how quick Here's the Oliphant is over in this race. He's decimated the field. I mean, it's just... It's, yeah, it's pretty shocking. 30 seconds ahead of Kerry Crawford. And lapping more than 2/3 of the field, I would say, by now. Werner.
Yeah, he's coming up behind Holden-Jones, so I think he's about 5 seconds behind, lapping Holden-Jones as well.
But pretty awesome display here by Les Oliphant. Of course, the defending 18.1 South African simGP champion, of course. So Les Oliphant knows how to win championships. And if he carries on like this, he will tie with Gabriel at the top of the Drivers' Championship standings. That rule in the championship that the worst round for each driver falls away, having a significant impact on the team's points, of course, or on the points in the championship across all 3 championships in similar stuff at South Africa. Leandre Sparks has retired from the server. So it's our 3rd retirement this evening. That's a big pity, as Leandre is right up there at one stage.
Jason, I see Boy is catching up to Claessen's. Last lap is 2nd faster than Claessen's. Not many battles going on. I think this is the only one really on track. Unfortunate for us. 6 laps to go. He is 2.5 seconds behind, and he's averaging about 9/10 of a second faster than 1.2 seconds faster over the last 5 laps.
Wow.
Boy.
And Judd Watts got that gap to lap break down. I think it was 15 seconds at one stage. Now it's about just under 10. I'm not sure he's got enough time there to chase down lap break. 5 laps remaining.
I think that gap is just too big. Well, as I say, that Lambrecht actually lost some time somewhere.
Big lock up there as well.
His last lap at 42.6. This lap at 42.2. Jadwad's coming around the last bend now. He's going to cross the start-finish line with a 41.1. So Jadwad 1.1 seconds faster than Lambrecht. It's not going to be enough at that pace. Boy now less than 2 seconds behind Claessen's. Boy on softs and Claessen's on mediums, so I wonder, not sure if Boy's softs are going to hold up these end stages of the race. And Willifant has just lapped Holden-Jones as well, so Willifant has lapped everybody except the top 5. So it's only Crawford, Lambrecht, Jadwat and Henbury that haven't been lapped.
It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah. And then everybody from 12th down is lapped twice. His last lap was only 0.5 slower than his best lap of the race. So he's still putting in the good laps here at the end.
Wow. Yeah, a lot of people think that now's the time to actually sort of not drive so fast and lift off quite a bit. but it can be to your detriment, and you can actually make an error like that if you change your rhythm. Yeah. Yes. Are you there, Werner? So my co-commentator Werner just steps out for a moment, and we'll watch this last 4 laps. Let's see if Werner joins us a bit later on. But of course, Oliphant now leads 34 seconds ahead of Gerrit Crawford. We haven't seen much of this evening. Here he comes in the Kids App RPM entry. Two cars closest together for the moment. Boy, just 1.2 seconds ahead of behind his teammate Claessens. Rian Lamprecht for Red Bull Ghost Rex looking very strong in 3rd position, looking to complete the podium for this race. The best Ghost Works car in this race so far, with Bashir Jadwat in 4th position for Squadra Ghost Works. And we've got Mark Embry in another Ghost Works car. Well, of course, for Phantom Ghost Works in 5th. In the first of the red line cars, Peter Kelness in 6th. Just 2 and a bit laps remaining.
Jason.
Yes, and hi, welcome back.
Did I lose any positions?
No, I don't think so. Just been holding the forts. Got good.
Yeah, at least I'm catching the end of the race.
There we go. We only missed like what, 3 laps or so. That's not too bad.
Yep.
And we've got 2 laps remaining now, and no one in sight to challenge Oliphant, unfortunately.
I see Boy is now 2nd behind Claessens. That's where I left off.
Yeah, so that battle still continues. And we got exclusive here from Warren Barkes in the YouTube live chat that Bashir Jadwat will be making an appearance at the Attack Shack in Claremont, Cape Town to give Formula 1 2018 a go this Saturday. So if anybody would like to attend, yeah, go through and have a look at Attack Shack in Claremont. And you could meet Bashir Jadwat. So we just got 1.5 laps remaining now, and Oliphant just looking to bring it home now.
was watching Boy and he just made a mistake, and I think he lost his opportunity to make a move on Claessens.
Lisha now looking for a piece of action as somebody dives into the pits. Not sure who that was. There's Boy in fact into the pits. Is that a miscalculation on fuel? Could be, or a drive through. Stay with Matthew Boy for the moment.
Yeah, there's a drive through.
I
think that's his 4th pit lane entry for him.
Leslie Oliphant, our race leader, started the very final lap of this 54 lap race. There's Oliver now down the hanger straight for the very final time. And still absolutely on it, Werner. He's not holding off. And oh, he's going to have a spin! Oh my word! This has gone pear-shaped for Oliphant. Where's Crawford? He's 36 seconds behind him. Where's Kerry Crawford? No, he's not anywhere near him, unfortunately. But Oliphant will recover just. And
just bring it home.
Would have been a big fright there.
Actually, like I think it was 1/10 ahead on his delta on the last lap.
Oh.
Now losing 15 seconds, so he's still safe, and he's going to come around for a well-deserved victory.
Oh.
Led every single lap of the race and also qualified in pole position. Crawford started in 5th. So good work from him. He's going to bring it home in 2nd position. Duggan finishing in 13th, and he started in 21st on the back of the field. Good drive from him as well. Lambrecht is going to finish in 3rd, and we look at Jadwat. Lambrecht is crossing the start-finish line. Jadwat is going to finish in 4th, only 3 seconds behind Lambrecht. Henbury is going to finish in 5th. Started in 7th. Geldenhuis is only 3 seconds behind Henbury. Geldenhuis started in 10th.
These are the final drivers on the lead lap, I think. As well.
Exciting race, and you made it even more exciting with that commentator curse on Willifant right at their death.
Absolutely, I didn't have a problem with this race, so I just had to leave it there. You know, almost at the last corner to make things interesting, but it didn't affect the race result too much, thankfully. yeah, that was a good race, I thought. Not as exciting as the Red Bull Ring, unfortunately, but that's how it goes sometimes. Some good battling though, some great driving as well, some great racecraft, and it's absolutely fantastic to see.
Yeah,
well,
definitely.
Absolutely. Well, from me, Jason Holden-Jones, thank you very much, Werner, for joining me.
Thank you, Jason.
And
always a pleasure.
Thank you very much, and a big shout out to everybody in our YouTube live chat. It's been great to take questions from you and listen to the conversation live. And yeah, until Wednesday evening for our Division 2 race for this round. All the best until then. Don't forget to get down to the Tack Shack in Claremont, Cape Town, and you could meet Bashir Jadwat trying out the new F1 2018 game. So that's going to be quite something. But until Wednesday evening, all the best until then. Goodbye.